हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम पढ़ेंगे कंसेप्ट एंड इशू इकोलॉजी एंड इकोसिस्टम एनवायरनमेंट सोशियोलॉजी। ग्लोबल इश्यूज, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, एसिड रेन, बायोडाइवर्सिटी लॉस, ओजोन लेयर डिप्लीशन, रेड लेसर अर्थ सबमिट, सोशल कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ एनवायरनमेंटल प्रॉब्लम। ये सोशियोलॉजी के नोट्स हैं और ईवीएस के भी। पहला क्वेश्चन है इकोलॉजी एंड इकोसिस्टम। Meaning of ecology. Ecology is the scientific study of relationship between living organisms and their environment. It studies how plants, animals, and humans interact with one another and with physical surroundings such as air, water, soil, and climate. The term ecology was first used by German scientist Ernest Haeckel in 1866. The word ecology is derived from two Greek words. Eco means home, logy meaning study. Thus, ecology means the study of organisms in their natural environment. From a sociological perspective, ecology studies how human society affect nature and how environmental conditions influence social life. Meaning of ecosystem. An ecosystem is a functional unit of nature where living organisms interact with each other and with non-living elements of the environment. The concept of ecosystem was introduced by A.G. Tansley in 1935. An ecosystem consists of biotic component living organisms such as plants, animals, and microorganisms. A biotic component non-living elements such as air, water, soil, sunlight, and temperature. Both components work together to maintain ecology balance. Example: in a forest ecosystem, trees provide food and oxygen. Animals depend on plants and microorganisms decompose that matter into nutrients. Types of ecosystem: natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. Natural ecosystem develop naturally without human interference. Terrestrial ecosystem, these are land-based ecosystem. Example: forest, desert, grassland ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem, these components exist in water, river, lakes, oceans. Artificial ecosystem, artificial ecosystem are created and maintained by humans. Example: agriculture farms, gardens, aquariums, urban ecosystem. These ecosystems depend upon human care and management. Component of ecosystem: biotic and abiotic. Biotic component, these are living organisms present in the ecosystem. Producer: green plants prepare food through photosynthesis. Consumers: animals and humans depend on plants or other animals for food. Decomposers: bacteria and fungi break down dead organisms and recycle nutrients into the soil. Abiotic component, these are non-living part of the environment. Example: air, water, soil, sunlight, temperature. Abiotic factors are essential for survival of living organism. Characteristics of ecosystem: interdependence, organisms depend on one another for survival. Energy flow, from the sun to plants and then to animals. Ecological balance, healthy ecosystem maintain neutral balance. Supply of natural resources, ecosystem provide food, water, oxygen, medicine, and raw material. Human impact on ecosystem, human activities have greatly disturbed ecological balance. Main causes: deforestation, industrialization, urbanization, pollution, mining, overpopulation. Effect: global warming, loss of biodiversity, water scarcity, climate change, natural disaster. Rapid industrial growth and excessive use of natural resources have damaged ecosystems throughout the world. Measures for ecological conservation, afforestation and forest protection. Pollution cannot measure. Sustainable use of natural resources, environmental education and awareness, use of renewable energy, wildlife conservation program. These measures are necessary for protecting ecological balance and ensuring sustainable development. ये हमारा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन था। ज़रूरी नहीं है जो आपने पूरा लिखना है, आप अपने हिसाब से इसको शॉर्ट कर सकते हो। इकोलॉजी एंड इकोसिस्टम। अगर मेरे नोट्स आपको हेल्पफुल लग रहे हों तो मेरे चैनल को शेयर सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कर देना। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अब हम पढ़ेंगे एनवायरमेंटल सोशियोलॉजी। Environmental sociology is the sociological study of interaction between society and the natural environment. It focuses on how social structure, institution, and human activities affect the environment and how environmental problems influence society. According to environmental sociologists, humans are not separate from nature. They are an important part of ecological system. Therefore, society and environment are interdependent. Environmental sociology studies environmental degradation, pollution, climate change, population pressure, natural resource management, environmental movement, sustainable development. Nature of environmental sociology. Interdisciplinary subject. Environmental sociology combines sociology with ecology, economics, geography, and political science. Scientific and social study. It studies environmental issues scientifically as well as socially. Concern for sustainable development. It supports balanced development without harming future generation. Problem oriented subject. It studies environmental crises and suggests solutions for environmental protection. Scope of environmental sociology. It studies air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and noise pollution, along with their social cause and effect. Industrialization and urbanization. It examines how industries and urban growth damage natural resources and ecological balance. Population and environment. Rapid population growth increase pressure on land, forest, water, and energy resources. Types of environmental problem. Air pollution. Industries and vehicles release harmful gases into the atmosphere causing respiratory diseases and climate change. Water pollution. Industrial waste, sewage, and chemicals pollute rivers, lakes, and oceans. Deforestation. Cutting forests destroy biodiversity and disturb ecological balance. Climate change. Global warming changes weather pattern and increase natural disasters. Soil degradation. Use of chemicals and overexploitation reduce soil fertility. Relationship between society and environment. ये जो टॉपिक है रिलेशन बिटवीन सोसाइटी एंड एनवायरनमेंट, ये आपकी मर्जी है। अगर आपको क्वेश्चन मेरा ज़्यादा लेंथी लग रहा हो नोट्स तो आप इसको स्किप भी कर सकते हो, सिर्फ यहाँ तक भी लिख सकते हो, फिर भी मैं इसको रीड आउट कर देती हूँ। सोसाइटी एंड एनवायरनमेंट आर क्लोजली कनेक्टेड। ह्यूमन बीइंग डिपेंड ऑन नेचर फॉर फूड, वाटर, शेल्टर एंड इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज़. At the same time, human action affect the environment positively or negatively. Examples: deforestation affect rainfall and agriculture. Pollution cause health problem. Climate change affect livelihood and migration. Environmental sociology explain that environmental crises are largely the result of human behavior and unsustainable development. ये रहा हमारा सेकंड क्वेश्चन. चैनल को सब्सक्राइब जरूर कर देना. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, अब हम थर्ड क्वेश्चन पढ़ेंगे इसका. ग्लोबल वार्मिंग. Global warming is one of the most serious environmental problem in the modern world. Global warming means the continuous increase in Earth's temperature caused by greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbons. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere and create the greenhouse effect. As a result, the earth becomes warmer. Causes of global warming: burning of fossil fuels, coal, petroleum, and diesel used in industrial vehicles and power plants release large amount of carbon dioxide. Deforestation: trees absorb carbon dioxide, but large-scale cutting of forests increase greenhouse gases. Industrialization: factories release smoke and harmful gases into the atmosphere. Effect of global warming. Climate change. ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, GOW जो मैंने लिखा है यह ग्लोबल वार्मिंग. ग्लोबल वार्मिंग चेंजेस weather pattern and causes irregular rainfall, melting of glaciers, rising temperature, melt glacier and polar ice, natural disaster, flood, drought, storm, and heat waves becomes more frequent. Loss of biodiversity. Many plants and animals species face extinction due to climate change. Health problem. Heat waves and pollution cause respiratory and skin diseases. Measures of control global warming. Use renewable energy sources like solar and wind energy. Reduce pollution from industries and vehicles. Promote afforestation and forest conservation. Save electricity and fuel. Acid rain. Acid rain is an important environmental problem caused by industrialization and air pollution. It damaged forest, soil, water bodies, building, and human health. Meaning, acid rain refers to rainfall that contain harmful acids such as sulfuric acid and nitric acid. It occurs when sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide gases mix with moisture in the atmosphere. Acid rain may occur in the form of rain, snow, fog, dust particles. Causes of acid rain. Industrial emissions. Factories release sulfur dioxide into the air. Burning of fossil fuels, coal and oil used in industries and thermal power plants produce harmful gases. Vehicle pollution. Automobile release nitrogen oxide gases into the atmosphere. Urbanization. Rapid urban growth increase air pollution. Effect of acid rain. Damage to forest. Acid rain destroy leaves and reduce plant growth. Damage to buildings. Historical monuments and buildings are damaged by acidic substances. Health problem. Air pollution related to acid rain causes respiratory diseases. Measures to prevent acid rain. Reduce to industrial pollution. Use clean and renewable energy. Control vehicle emissions. Use environmental friendly technology. Increases environmental law and regulation. Next question है biodiversity loss. Biodiversity is the variety of plant, animal and microorganisms found on earth. Biodiversity is essential for ecological balance and survival of life. Biodiversity loss refer to the reduction or extinction of different species of plants and animals from the earth. It affects ecosystem, food chain, ecological balance, human survival. Causes of biodiversity loss. Deforestation, cutting forest, destroy habitat of wildlife. Pollution, air, water and soil pollution harm living organisms. Urbanization, expansion of cities, reduce natural habitat. Effects of biodiversity loss. Ecological imbalance, loss of species disturb natural ecosystem. Extinction of species, many plants and animals appear permanently. Disturbance in food chain, loss of one species affect other organisms. Economic loss, agriculture, medicine and tourism are affected. Threat to human survival. Humans depend on biodiversity for food and resources. Conservation measures of biodiversity laws. Wildlife protection law. National parks and sanctuaries. Afforestation programs. Public awareness champions. Sustainable use of natural resources. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है मीन्स क्वेश्चन है ओजोन लेयर depletion. The ozone layer is a protective layer in the atmosphere that shield earth from harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. Human activities and industrial chemicals have damaged this layer, leading to ozone layer depletion. This problem has become a major global environmental concern, meaning ozone layer depletion means thinning or destruction of the ozone layer in the stratosphere. The ozone layer absorbs harmful ultraviolet rays and protects living organisms from dangerous radiations. Cause of ozone layer depletion: chlorofluorocarbons used in refrigerators, air conditioners, and aerosol sprays. Industrial chemicals: certain chemicals destroy ozone molecules. Air pollution: pollutants released into the atmosphere affect ozone concentration. Modern technology: industrial and technological development increases harmful emission. Effect of ozone layer depletion: skin cancer. Ultraviolet rays increase skin diseases and cancer. Eye problem: ultraviolet radiation causes cataracts and eye damage. Weak immune system: human immunity becomes weaker. Harm to plant and crops. Excess radiation reduces agricultural productivity. Damage to marine life. Aquatic organisms are affected by ultraviolet rays. Measures: ban use of chlorofluorocarbons, use eco-friendly products, promote environmental awareness, follow international agreements like the Montreal Protocol, encourage sustainable industrial practices. अगर आपको मेरी वीडियो अच्छी लग रही हो तो मेरे को एक प्यारा सा कमेंट ज़रूर करें, मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कर दें। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है अर्थ समिट एंड सोशल कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ एनवायरनमेंटल प्रॉब्लम. मीनिंग ऑफ अर्थ समिट. द अर्थ समिट, also known as the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, was held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992. It was organized by the United Nations to discuss global environmental problem and sustainable development. Representatives from more than 170 countries participated in this conference. Objectives of Earth Summit: Environmental protection. The summit aimed to protect natural resources and ecological balance. Sustainable development. It promoted development that meets present need without harming future generations. International cooperation. The conference encouraged cooperation among countries to solve environmental problems. Control of pollution. It focused on reducing pollution and environmental degradation. Conservation of biodiversity. The summit supported protection of forest, wildlife, and ecosystem. Major outcomes of Earth Summit. Agenda 21 was an action plan for sustainable development in the 21st century. It included poverty reduction, environmental conservation, resources management, public participant. Rio Declaration contained principles for environmental protection and sustainable development. Climate Change Convention. Countries agreed to work together to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Convention on Biological Diversity. It focused on conservation of biodiversity and protection of natural resources. Forest Principles. The summit emphasized protection and sustainable management of forest. Social construction of environmental problems. The concept of social construction explains that environmental problems are not only natural or scientific issues but also social issues. The society decides which environmental conditions are considered social problem. According to this approach, environmental problems. Scientists provide evidence, media spread awareness, government discuss policies, public movement demand action. Thus, environmental issues are socially recognized and defined. Main features of social construction approach. Environmental problems. Environmental problems are socially defined. Not every environmental condition becomes a public issue. Society determines which issues receive attention. आपको ये नोट्स एक बार में पढ़ने में समझ नहीं आएंगे, इसको आप 2 बार वीडियो को देखना, रीड आउट करना, बहुत ईजी और सिंपल नोट्स हैं ये. रोल ऑफ मीडिया. मीडिया क्रिएट्स अवेयरनेस about pollution, climate change, and disaster. Role of scientist. Scientific research help identify environmental. Role of social movement. Environmental group and NGOs influence public opinion and government action. Political influence. Government and political institutions shape environmental policies. Examples of social construction. Climate change became a global issue due to scientific studies and media awareness. Plastic pollution. Public companion increased awareness about harmful effects of plastic. Water conservation. Social movement encouraged people to save water and protect rivers. Criticism of social construction theory. Overemphasis on social factors. Critics argue that environmental problems are real physical problems, not only social construction. Political influence. Sometimes government ignores serious issues due to political interests. Despite criticism, the theory remains important in environmental sociology. हमारे ये नोट्स ख़त्म होते हैं। नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम पढ़ेंगे क्लासिकल सोशोलॉजिकल ट्रेडिशन। आपको मेरे नोट्स पसंद आए हों, हेल्पफुल लगे हों, चैनल को शेयर सब्सक्राइब लाइक ज़रूर करें। कमेंट में मुझे ज़रूर बताएं कि आपने किस चीज़ के नोट्स अपनी नोटबुक पे उतारे हैं, कौन से टॉपिक के, जैसे ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, एसिड रेन, ओजोन लेयर डिप्लेशन, कौन से। बाय, थैंक यू।